Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. BetOnline is your bracket headquarters for this season with the best bracket contests, odds, and lines right up to the national championship game. BetOnline is your number one source for all your college basketball wagering. Head to BetOnline today. Stay updated on all the action. BetOnline, the game starts here.
This episode of On Display is brought to you by Post-it Brand. Find your favorite Post-it products at your local retailer today. Do you guys drink a lot in that house? Like, is there a lot of alcohol flowing and like every single night or what?
We drink our faces off.
What's up, guys? How is everyone? It's your girl, Melissa. Welcome to another episode of On Display. My voice is rough. It's going to be rough this whole entire episode. I don't know what's up with me, but like I have no voice. It's kind of raspy and not like hot and sexy raspy. It's like I'm starving for just to be able to like speak normally. So this should be an interesting podcast. I feel like my voice has been like this. First of all, this happens to me every summer. I'm going to blame it a little bit on the drinking. I do feel like I drink more in this summer than I do like in the other months. And it's more of a constant. It's like you drink during the week in the summer because you're sitting outside and who pours a glass of rosé or whatever it is. And it's like, I just feel like you need to stop drinking for like probably 2 weeks straight. That's what I need to do to get my voice back. But if anyone has any like remedies for me, I mean, I Googled it. It says gargle with salt water. I'm like, thanks. My grandmother told me that like 20, 30 years ago, gargle with salt water. Like that is not going to fix my voice. I did find like some natural remedy drop from like some random crazy website that I hope is FDA approved. It's like squeeze these from the dropper into either it's like some water or just drop them down your throat. So I was like, screw it. I just opened my mouth, start dropping. I almost threw up. It's the most disgusting natural remedy I've ever had, and it's not working. So if anybody has any good get your voice back secrets, please DM me with them because it's rough. And you know, one other thing I want to say, I think I got this. I know when I got this. I know when I woke up with it to start it off, to like kick it off. And then the alcohol hasn't helped, but to kick it off, it was that really small. I don't know if my New Yorkers, you know, and I know my Canadians over there, when it was that big smoke and everything in New York and New Jersey was full of like smoke. It was really bad air quality from the fires in Canada. I was in New York City that day working all day and I literally had to jump from building to building and I was breathing it in and I felt it that day, like hurting me. And when I went to sleep that night, I woke up the next morning. I was like, Joe, I think I'm dying. Like it was clogging me. It created mucus or something that I can't get out. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking about the fact that I have no voice. And plus I do podcasts and Instagram. I do all these things that don't allow my voice to rest. And my housewife friends, they don't stop calling my cell phone. I don't want to talk. Okay. I really just don't. But, and then I had such an interesting day yesterday. The podcast I'm doing with you guys today was supposed to happen yesterday. It's so funny because me and my guests today have had several situations where we have just had to like reschedule, which is like insanity, and we'll get into that when I introduce my next guest. But there was an internet/phone/TV outage at the Gorga household yesterday. And I call Verizon like a savage because nothing's working. I'm refreshing Instagram. It's not working. I'm like trying to turn the TV on and watch the news. The Fios is out. It was just bad. So I finally get some cell phone service because we have like no LTE on our street either. So without Wi-Fi, we are nothing. We are zero. We cannot make a phone call. We cannot use Instagram. We can't do anything. They tell me it's the whole entire street. It should be better by midnight. I called at 8 a.m. So there's that. And so the whole entire day, I kept driving to Walgreens. I kept driving to the Walgreens parking lot because I needed to answer emails. I needed to check Instagram. I was losing my mind. I'm not even going to lie. My doorbell wasn't working. Like I did not realize how much your life revolves around Wi-Fi. I could have lived without the TV for the day. I don't really watch TV, but like we were dead between the emails and then my kids. Gino specifically, let's just call Gino out more than the rest. They all called me, but Gino was like thinking that I had some type of control. He's like, Mom, do it, Mom. Get home, Mom. Fix it, Mom. I'm like, Gino, it's a bigger problem than I can fix. Like when it's fixed, I'll let you know. 20 minutes later, is it fixed? Did they fix it? I'm like, oh my God. It was just a rough day here yesterday. Meanwhile, Joe knows nothing. He leaves the house at 5 a.m., gets home at 8 p.m. He gets home. He tries to turn on the TV. He's like, what are we doing? I'm like, we're doing nothing. That's what we're doing. We're doing nothing. We are not watching TV. He's like, okay. And he like tries to go on his TikTok to watch all his little, I'm like, nope. You're not watching the hot girls on TikTok tonight either. That's not happening either. We are going to look at each other or play Monopoly. Like that's what today is going to be. So yeah, it was a rough day yesterday. So I'm excited to do this podcast today because then after this podcast, I'm having a really fun party with my Envy girls. It's kind of just like an Envy employee appreciation that I wanted to do for them today. I, as you guys know, I'm now in Ridgewood, New Jersey with a bigger store and I have a lot more employees than I did before. And can I just tell you, they are amazing. I'm a very busy person. I'm extremely hands-on with Envy, but like without these girls, I could not do what I do there. And they care so much, each and every one of them. They all put like their heart and soul into it as if when I'm not there, they treat it like their own. So I appreciate my girls. Shout out to the Envy girls. I'm having a party here today just for the Envy girls and their hubbies and their boyfriends. So we're having a little party at the Gorgas tonight. Very excited. We're doing the Porterhouse party, which is so fun. Hence why I will have no voice tomorrow. Because if you think I'm just going to make everybody else a Cosmo and I'm not going to drink a Cosmo, you have another thing coming. I'm going to drink the Cosmo. So, DM me those home remedies because tonight should be fun, with my Envy girls. I can't wait to party with them because I actually love them all so much. But anyway, all right, let's jump right into this interview. Listen, guys, you know her from Bravo's Summer House and the Winter House shows. She's a Victoria's Secret model. Hey, and she hosts her own podcast called Codependence. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the always lovely and honest Ciara Miller. Okay, Ciara, what's up, girl? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. I have a really funny story for all my listeners. You and I did a podcast back in late January and it never recorded. It was not your fault. We did a full entire podcast, Ciara and I, and something happened on the other end where it was not recorded. I was so pissed off. You're the only one that's ever happened to. I was so mad because I feel like we had good conversation and it was gone.
I know. We were just like catching up. But honestly, now that I like have my own little podcast and since that happened, I'm like always making sure like that recording light is on because I'm like, if I lose, an episode, it's like, yeah, I can only imagine. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was pissed because then I had to scramble and record another episode. I was like, this is
off your whole schedule.
Yes. So anyway, that was like 5 months ago. Like, tell me what's been the best thing that has happened to you in the last 5 months, because I'm watching you on Instagram and I see there's a lot going on in your life, but tell me, just give me the one best thing that's happened since the last time I talked to you.
Maya and I started a podcast. So we are like officially dipping into this podcasting realm, which is, as you know, it's not easy, but we just kind of wanted to give like our viewers and the fans, a place to get to know us a little bit more deeper than just on Summer House. So yeah, it's been quite the job, quite a piece of work. We're doing all the editing and social stuff ourselves. And
are you really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're editing your own podcasts.
Yeah.
Wow. Hats off to you for that. I can barely make this thing turn on. I'm like, I have my producer hiding here somewhere, figuring it all out. And I still sometimes don't record everything. But that's awesome. Wait, so it's called, tell me about your podcast. Now that you talked about it, I want to talk about it a little bit. It's called Codependence, right?
Yeah, it's called Codependence. So it's me and Maya, and it's basically like, pretty much since the moment we met each other, we've kind of been inseparable, and obviously filming a TV show speeds up a relationship. And yeah, I think we both kind of, you get the online haters and everyone saying this, that, and the third about you, and they think that they know you. So we were like, you actually don't really know us. So we'll create an outlet for you to get to know us and like ask us questions and stuff. And yeah, we're just like your average 20-year-old, 30-year-old dating in New York City and trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of 20, 30-year-old people dating and looking for answers and help and wanting to hear like stories in New York City. So I feel like that's like a good angle to hit. And I agree with you with the haters and just the social media and the online. It's really nice to have your own platform where you can just give your side of the story, especially after an episode. I don't know how rough Bravo is with you about if you talk about Summer House or not. How are they with you with that? Are they strict?
We actually don't talk about Summer House at all. We have had Paige and Amanda on one of the episodes. It was like a bed bugs episode. And we talked a little bit just like about our friendship and just like try to provide a different angle. But we really don't talk about Summer House just because we do press with them. We wanted something that was outside of Summer House and didn't want that to take up our entire identity. Right. And we've done a good job of just kind of talking about things separate from the network. And it's easier for like legality, legal stuff. So
yeah, for sure. You won't get all the phone calls that sometimes I get. We all get yelled at all the time. But like, I feel like just Housewives for me is a little different because I've been on for so many years and it's about family. It's about my husband and stuff. So it's like, I feel like I need to explain all the time. Yeah. And it's like, it's hard, but no, I've actually done the same thing when I first started and continue to do that. I want to talk about other things on here besides the Real Housewives of New Jersey, because I feel like it just takes over your whole entire life and it's like absolute chaos.
But then it's hard. Yeah. Like you said, it's your family also. So it's relevant too.
Yeah, it's rough. And it's like, even if you're just talking about everyday stuff, you're still talking about the show because we do all of our everyday stuff on the show. Do you have a summer anthem? How does this one sound? Summertime and building credit's easy. That's the song you can be singing all summer long with the secure Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, a better way to build credit. As in, you can build your credit scores safely with everyday purchases and on-time payments. Plus, there's no annual fee, interest, or credit check to get started. Guys, this Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is seriously awesome. Yes, you heard it right. There's no annual fees. There's no interest charges and there's no credit check. And yes, you can use it anywhere that the Visa credit cards are accepted. And it doesn't stop there with Chime. They also offer a Chime checking account where you can get paid up to 2 days earlier with a qualifying direct deposit. You can ditch the monthly fees altogether because the Chime checking account has no monthly minimum balance or overdraft fees. We all know how much of a pain those are. Start building your credit up. Open a Chime checking account with at least a $200 qualifying direct deposit to get started. Get started at chime.com/Melissa. That's chime.com/Melissa. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank NA member FDIC. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. Apartments.com has helped millions of renters find their perfect places. And the beauty is they are all different. None of us are the same. So why should our homes be? Someone may want hardwood floors. Someone else may say carpet all the way. That's a questionable call, but hey, to each their own. Some may want a doorman. Others may say, I can open the door myself. But Apartments.com has all the right tools to help you find the perfect place that's uniquely perfect just for you. Sort through and filter listings by amenities and make sure you never miss out on their instant alert option. With more than 1 million available units for rent, you're sure to find the place that's right for you. So whether you're looking for a place with a basement, a yard, a pool, or everything in between, Apartments.com has got you covered. Visit Apartments.com, the place to find a place. First Summer House, did you guys feel, because you're kind of in the same like genre of like the young single people, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys feel pressure when Vanderpump Rules like blew up this year? Were you guys like, are we like, hello, what's happening? Like, cause I could see it not even in the same realm of like the single people felt like, damn, this show is really killing it here.
I know. And now they have like Emmy nominations. I'd say personally, for me, I didn't feel that way. I would say, you know, we maybe like laughed and joked about it. Like, okay, it looks like we need to have a cheating scandal or something to kind of like put us on top of like to really rank up our numbers and stuff. But it would be so hard to top something like that it kind of makes it very unimaginable.
Yeah, we hope that nothing goes on like that on your cast. That was like they're all still being tortured, everybody involved, right? I mean, I don't even know how they come out of that. That's a crazy. Let's hope that never happens to any of you guys. Emmy nominations and all, whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Amanda joked, she was like, so who's gonna sleep with Kyle? And I was like, who? Crickets.
Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
So Maya's kind of like your bestie on the show, right? That's who you connect with the most. And Paige, I feel like I see you a lot with Paige. I know you're good friends with Paige.
Yeah, definitely Maya and Paige and Amanda. I mean, Paige, I spend like Thanksgiving with her family and like I'm trying to be Italian, seriously. And Maya, I mean, also I've spent a few moments in Boston as well. And like, we've just gotten really close since filming. And yeah, those are, I would say, that's my little group, you know?
Yes, it comes addicting, that Italian holiday stuff, doesn't it? It's just next level.
I mean, I tried to like bring like a macaroni and cheese and like, you know, bring something Southern to the table. And they were like,
thanks.
We have like, no, it's okay. I was like,
honestly, no, like we fried potatoes and peppers with onions and
you know. Yep.
We have fried zucchini and cauliflower.
Like they have like this meat dress. Like, they have, honestly, the food's freaking amazing. I go back every year. I love it, but it's just funny. It's just like, I'm never going to be Italian, but I can dream. So that's the closest.
No, it's fine. You can always eat Italian. That's the good part.
Yeah.
I just saw that Craig and Paige were just in Italy too. And I was like vicariously watching because I'm leaving next week. So I was watching and DMing her and I'm like, where's this? Where club?
Yeah.
And she told me about this great club. And like, it was so funny. They're pretty tight, huh? Still not engaged yet, those two?
I know, right? She actually planned like, her and her mom planned like a sick Italian vacation. I was going to go with them. And then her brother wanted to bring his girlfriend or something stupid. So I was like, fine, whatever. But sick vacation. I know Craig also had a good time. And I was like, okay, we're doing an Italian vacation. Like, what's going to happen? But Paige is very much on, you know, she's like putting her head down with work and she's
on the working
laser focused and she's so content. I like really look up to her in that way. I'm like, you're so content with where you are, what you're doing. It doesn't feel like you feel pressure from like the outside to, you know, move at speed that they want you to. So,
but that's good. That's good when you're confident and you just know like you're good where you are. Right. I feel like they have a good relationship too. So that's good. Are you dating anyone right now? You're single, right?
I am single, but I guess we'll see a little mix up this summer. Yeah, I'm dating in New York City. It's hard. I'm on Raya. I hate dating apps, but I try to dabble in them. It ebbs and it flows with those. I like download them, delete them, download them. But
how's Raya? Isn't like Ben Affleck or wasn't that the one Ben Affleck was on?
Yeah, but Raya sucks. I just feel like it's like a bunch of guys who want pen pals or they're like in different countries. It's
like mega rich guys in different countries.
I guess, but I've only been out with
because don't you have to be like special or something? Don't they?
Yeah, you're on a list. You have to get approved. They've created this wild sense of exclusivity on this app when really I don't even think that it's prime real estate. Like, I don't think you're getting cream of the crop options. I think that it's just built so much notoriety because it's exclusive and you go on a waiting list. But I honestly think the guys suck on there, and they might say that about the girls.
So are you against like being out? Obviously you're single, you're young. If you go to bars, you moved from Atlanta to New York City, right? Right. First of all, how is that? Do you love living in New York better? Are you missing Atlanta? How are you
I
feeling?
can't believe that I lived in Atlanta for as long as I did, but honestly, everything's right on time. I've been here in New York for almost 2 years, and I'm so glad that I moved when I did. I was like 25. Perfect time to move to New York City.
For
There's
sure.
nothing else that could top it. It's so fun. Restaurants, there's always something to do. And I just feel like you're surrounded by like-minded people who are just go-getting.
Hardworking.
And they're networking, and they're focused on their careers, but they're great networkers. They want to connect you to people. It's just like it's a very driven environment, but it's also, dog eat dog, and
Right.
very easy to
Right.
kind of like,
Right. Like watch your back, and there's frenemies and all of that. A lot of competition out in those streets, right?
Definitely. And
so while you're living here, are you only an app girl, or can you be at a bar and like see a hot guy? Like, I'm still so old school where if I were single tomorrow, I would want to be sitting in a bar and like see a guy across the room and be like, damn, or something. Like, that's still the way I would want to meet somebody. Do you ever do this? Does this happen?
That's what I love. I'd love to meet someone organically. I think that's so much better than swiping on an app and then them going to your Instagram and like having that type of impression. I love a guy that can come up to a girl at a bar, but it seems like that's so few and far between these days. Like, guys
really
are not good with approaching. I don't understand it, but it's like, if you don't approach me, then I'm probably not
gonna talk to you.
I'm not that like aggressive, not that it's aggressive, but I'm not the approacher or that assertive where I'm going to go up to a guy. Although I would say, since moving to New York, I find a lot more girls are able to approach guys that I feel like more than I ever saw in Georgia. But like, yeah,
for sure. There are a lot more like that in New York. I feel like a girl will just walk right up to him a lot quicker than probably maybe the Southern girls would. No, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like they're very like, what am I looking for? Like, they're just very straightforward.
Direct. Yeah.
Yes, that's the word.
Yeah. It's like
very direct.
I'm like, I'm not using a pickup line on a guy. No. That's not happening.
Well, I was going to ask you what your flirt game was like. Like, do you take the initiative? But you're basically saying you don't, right?
No, I don't take the initiative. If you don't come up to me, we probably won't speak. Or like, sometimes my friends will like wingman, but a lot of times when I'm going out with my friend just to have a good time. And if something happens, cool. Like, if I meet someone, then, but I like to exchange numbers and not Instagrams, which is another part of
Antonia's like that. My daughter's like, I got her Snap, Mom. Come on. I'm like, what? Like, it's not, I got her number. It's, I got her Snap. And I'm like, no, wait, what? Like, I don't understand. We just did this like thing for college where she had to go and like, go meet all like the senior girls, had to go meet. And she's like, yeah, I got her some. Did you talk to this girl? She seems really nice. Yeah, I got her Snap. I'm like, all right. Like, they don't get numbers anymore. They get their snaps. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It's crazy. This episode of On Display is brought to you by Post-it Brand. Post-it Brand helps people get ideas out of their head and out into the world. They believe in the power of writing it down, since it's the spark of something bigger. I mean, personally, I have Post-its everywhere, guys. They're all over my desk. They're all over Envy. I don't know what people do without a Post-it. The second I think about it, I write it down and I stick it right on my desk, and then things don't get forgotten. Post-it Super Sticky Notes feature 2 times the sticking power to ensure your message stays put. So when you're in a rush, you could just slap it on the board and you don't have to worry that it's going to be gone whenever you get back. 85% of parents believe you're more likely to achieve a goal if you write it down. And that includes me, guys. I tell my kids all the time to write it on a Post-it and you will never forget. Even homework. So there are 8 Post-it Super Sticky Note collections, so you can match them to your style and any color code if you want. Post-it notes are essential for organizing my life in a bold, colorful way. Find your favorite Post-it products at a local retailer today. Okay, guys, I have to tell you about Angie. It's your home for everything home, and they've made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done right. You know, like redoing something in your front yard because your husband doesn't want to do it for the fifth time. Joe. Guys, I have been waiting for an app like this my whole life. You literally can find everything on there. Anyone who can fix anything from paint to electricians to landscaping, you name it, and you'll find someone to do it on this app. I think it's genius. If you own a home, you know how much work it can take, whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality. It can just be so hard to know where to start. But now all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise you need. Angie has over 20 years of home service experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish. Or they can help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect you instantly, which means you can take care of just about any home project in just a few taps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com. All right. Well, you're not the new girl anymore, right? On Summer House. I mean, I remember when you were the new girl, but you're not anymore. You have some new girls from the latest season.
Right.
Gabby and Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you like them? Like, what's your situation with them?
I like them. I feel like Sam felt so much younger than all of us when really she was the youngest girl this past season, but only by like, I think we're only like a year apart, but I still feel like I felt a little bit older than she did. And then Gabby's a couple years older than me, and like they fit in great. I mean, Sam and Gabby both adapted to the Hamptons very easily. It is kind of weird to think of myself in terms of like, I'm not a new girl anymore. Like, potentially going into like my fourth summer in the Hamptons, you know? So it's
wow. Yeah.
Sometimes I have to tell myself like, I've actually been here for a minute, a hot minute now, you know, like, but the new girls fit in great. It's always an adjustment period, you know, filming a TV show in the Hamptons, the hustle and bustle of it all, but they handled it great.
How is it, first of all, so you basically spend just about every summer in the Hamptons for the last 4 years, right? Do you miss being able to like have your life, or I mean, listen, if you're going to spend anywhere in the summer, the Hamptons is a great spot, right? To be.
Totally. Yeah.
Because even on your days off, you're going to go to great restaurants and there's like so many options. You can party, you can do everything there.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, now since it's like so a part of my yearly routine, I do have my moments where, you know, I feel like I feel like I'm like neglecting my friends, my other friend groups. And so, because I'm so busy over the summer, so that part's kind of like sad. And, you know, if my friends come to the Hamptons and I'm out there, I try to like, you know, sneak away after cameras go down to like go hang out with them. But it's hard and it's tiring. And the summertime, I think people know it's like this is like another part of a job that I have to go and do, also partying. But I do feel like sometimes I like neglect my friends. Like I have to tell them like, I'm not trying to not text you back, but I'm just in a different headspace right now.
Yeah, I go through the same thing. I get friend guilt constantly because we film pretty much every summer too for 3-4 months straight. And it's like, I even get family guilt because my sisters, my cousins, I have like a huge family. Everybody wants to hang out. And I'm like, not unless you want to sit here and watch me film a TV show, because it's not that fun. So, so it's like, I don't get to see them. So I always get that. I know that you and Danielle had like some ups and downs. Where do you guys stand today? How are you right now?
Honestly, we're good. It's like it's kind of crazy how far we've come, because I would say going into this last season, I was not even thinking about forging any type of friendship. I was like, I can coexist. I can, you know, have a conversation with her. But in terms of us, like really even being friends, I was kind of definitely on the fence about that. Right. And it didn't really feel like we would forge that much of a friendship. Just this just on the beginning temperatures of the first couple of weeks, but it really made a 180. And honestly, I can say we're really good. It's been really fun to get to know her. And when we think back on it, we're like, it's kind of silly how it's been almost 3 years and we're just now getting to know each other and just now asking, basic questions about each other. And the main thing was that we never really had any beef that, I did to her and she did to me. It was always, based on, the friendships that were formed in the house. And obviously we went through that rough patch with one of her friends. And so when you're sticking up for other people, it muddies waters. And
right.
Yeah. So
that's what happens. You end up sticking up for your girlfriends and then you end up arguing with the person you're sticking, that you're not sticking up for. When you don't really even have any beef with them. It's not really personal. You're kind of just backing up your friend. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things on these reality shows. It's just finding a balance to let people know when they're wrong, when you don't agree with them, but still let them know, listen, I'm not saying we need to be lethal enemies. I just don't agree with what you're saying. I feel like a lot of girls on my show could learn a couple things and do that because they feel like they have to defend people until they die instead of make their own relationships with people and learn how to separate the two.
Right.
And that's a really big problem. I think with a lot of the girls on reality television, it's not just ours, it's like they can't navigate that.
Yeah. And it's hard because when you do form a bond with someone, especially on a TV show, the trust runs differently and deeper, I think, because this is going to air in front of so many thousands of different people. It's going to be everywhere. And I don't want to feel like, my friend betrayed my trust in a situation. You want to be secure in that friendship. So it's difficult. And I think now after being in it for a while, I don't take anything personal, but also I don't care. I don't care. You could talk shit about me. I don't care.
You let it roll off. Yeah. You're good. You have a reset button, which is good. And you know what? If you don't take it so deep or to heart so bad, that's the best way to be, or you will lose your mind on this.
Yeah.
Who would you say out of your cast is the most sensitive? Where that you said something, you're they're going to lose their mind. They're going to call me. They're going to text me. Who's sensitive on your cast?
Probably the person that's most reactive, Lindsay.
She's the most sensitive.
I don't even know. She's the most reactive. In terms of, if someone says something in press, she's definitely going to react, pull up receipts, do her whole database thing. But who's more sensitive? Kyle's also very sensitive. Kyle is
he?
He's a baby.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't know. I don't think I would know that. I guess so. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's adorable, but he's very sensitive. Yeah, I'm going to just go with Kyle. Yeah. Is
Craig just in there filming with you guys? Is he part of this house because he's part of Paige's life?
Or not really. No. He's not much. Craig is a visitor.
He's a visitor at the house. Okay.
Craig is a visitor, and when he comes, we love him. It feels like he's always been there, but he has no say.
He has no say in what's happening.
No.
I don't even think that's his personality anyway, to go and want to have a say. I feel
he can get involved when he
really
needs to get involved. Craig's super opinionated. And it's
Craig's the friend of Summer House.
Oh my God. I would never say that to his face, but yes.
Is that bad? Okay. Sorry, Craig. I didn't mean that in a bad way, but he's a friend of Paige's, right?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Of course.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Craig's super opinionated. So he has no problem getting involved, but he's when he comes, he's really in the mindset of he just wants to have fun, and it's an opportunity for us to spend time together and for him to hang out with everyone. So he tries to be a little bit hands off. It's not his show. So yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have any teasers yet? Anything you can say that's going to be so dramatic and crazy? I'm trying to think.
Nothing dramatic and crazy. I feel the blogs every year find the blogs are so good. They muster up every detail where it's by the time it actually comes out, there's very few surprises because they've already.
What is that? How? Just someone tell me how? Obviously there's a leak, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
whoever it is on your cast is talking to someone who is talking to the blogger. And they're like, oh, I don't do it. Nobody does it. Nobody does it. But everyone has a friend. I mean, our cast members like then post pictures with bloggers. It's just so obvious that like, who leaks it? We know where it's coming from. And it's so stupid. I never get that because it's like, don't you want them to be surprised and make the ratings better and like wait for that? I don't even think they want to know all these details. Like they'd rather watch it on TV.
Right. It definitely kills the suspense because then people they spend months already formulating who they think that these people are going to be. And every year we always have new people. So, you know, allow for like a proper introduction, you know, but I think they're always surprised with the season. I'm always surprised with the season. I never know what's gonna, you know, make the edit, what's gonna pan out.
Right. You never know what's gonna like roll off. Have you been like, I know last time I spoke to you, even though it didn't air, you were telling me that you had like a little bit of a crazier season and that you did like, you were like, you know, now it aired already, but our podcast didn't air. You were telling me like, oh God, I don't know what I did this time. Like you had a stressful moment. Yeah, have you had any of these yet?
Not yet. I will say last year there was just like a lot of ups and downs, like emotionally, mentally. And then, it was just a lot last year, but it aired a very light season. So I couldn't be mad at that, you know,
okay, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys drink a lot in that house? Like, is there a lot of alcohol flowing and like every single night or what?
We drink our faces off. Like it is a marathon. It's a marathon. And I'm not a heavy drinker and I don't really drink that much in the off season. I'll say like, I hardly keep alcohol in my own home because we drink so much over the summer that I'm like, I'm good for the entire year.
You're right. You're like, I'm over it. I cannot.
I mean, we will get like 8 handles of vodka, have like 7 handles of tequila, and knowing that we will drink it all. It'll eventually get drunk. So just buy it. Just buy it all. It will get drunk. Like, it's a problem.
Are your refrigerators always full in that house? Like these are the questions I want to know. Is there snacks and food and fruit? Do they keep the fridges stocked with what you guys want to eat?
So we do all the grocery shopping. So like I like to put in a good hefty order. I'm very good at ordering for a football team. I don't know why I'm good at this, but I say maybe I'll have a big family one day because I order as if I have like 10 kids. It's snacks. We love French onion dip. We go through about like 3 French onion dips in a weekend.
Buffalo. Oh, nobody's kissing after that. Jeez.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Buffalo chicken dip, fruits. We eat a lot of broccoli in the house. Macaroni, like the Annie's macaroni, Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
We're very much like meat and cheese people. Like we love a good charcuterie and like any cheese to snack on. Amanda is obsessed with olives, so we always have to have olives in the house.
Okay.
Pickles.
Unbelievable. On Display with Melissa Gorga is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Hey guys, whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity news, just regular news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast playlist, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for insurance, then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you all the options. Now, that's something you're going to want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you and fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at progressive.com and try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Well, you know, there's a couple of things that people might not know about you. Is that you used to be an ICU nurse. Am I right? And that you modeled so that you can actually go and pay for nursing school.
Yeah. So I've been modeling since I was like 15 or 16. And I modeled my way through nursing school and after, and honestly, it's actually something that I'm about to sign with like my first New York agency also in a few
Wow.
months. So I'm like super excited about that. It's always
Congratulations. That is awesome. First, number one. Number two, you have modeled for Victoria's Secret. Is this a dream come true? Talk to me about that for a second.
Like something I could have only imagined in my like wildest dream. So it's kind of crazy that, it's all happening.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm just really trying to like get my ducks in a row with that and being prepared to be signed. And like wanting that part of my life to kind of take off. I mean, I love modeling. I've always done it. I definitely got my degree because my mom gave me an ultimatum and I had to, and I love nursing, but I think I always knew, and my mom knew as well. She's like, you're either probably going to be like modeling full time or doing something. So she wanted me to always have something that I could kind of pick up and put down at my own leisure. And nursing was the best career for that. And not to mention, I loved it. I love being in the ICU and I love, having that medical knowledge. But I think after the pandemic, it was burnout phase. And it was like, I need to take a minute from being a bedside nurse in the ICU. I mean, we got killed for the past 3 years.
It was rough. So, my nieces were doing it too. And it was rough. It was so rough, but that's pretty amazing that you were smart enough to use modeling to pay for your nursing school. That's pretty, I feel like it's very independent of you and very like, I like that little story. I feel like it's a nice story. And look at you now. Now you have, I saw you just post Maybelline as well, Victoria's Secret. I mean, you're killing it. And I remember the first time I met you, you and I did a Marshall's commercial together, which I ended up loving you. I was like, she's so cool. You're so beautiful. So I was like, so happy to do that. That commercial was so cute, by the way. They need to do another Marshall's commercial.
That feels like so long ago. I was like such a little baby, even in the Bravo sphere.
Yeah, you were brand new. Brand new.
Yeah.
You were brand new. And then we just did, what else did I just saw you at the Met Gala for E! News. We did like a little backstage thing for their corresponding for all the looks. That was kind of fun too. That was a cute little moment. Okay. Well, before I let you go, I just want to talk fashion with you for a second. Okay. Cause I feel like you have great style. You dress great. I mean, you have the body to put everything on, but you have really great style. So I feel like my listeners lately, they love websites, right? They want to know. So what are your give me your top splurge websites, like when you're going in and you're going to splurge, and then give me when you find like your cute little summer outfits, your less expensive, your most affordable. Give me some of the websites that are like your go-to.
Okay. So recently I just put in an order on Sense, and it's SSENSE.
SS. I see that pop up on Instagram all the time. Sense.
Melissa, you need to, it's Sense. You need to shop on there. I just put in like a huge order, obviously like need summer clothes. If you go to the sale, and I strictly shop on sale, I'm not like a huge designer junkie. I don't need labels, but it is nice to have like some of that higher quality stuff.
Right.
And when they mark down things, they're marking it down and you can get such a good deal on it. And I bought like 30 something things on this website because they're great brands and I got it at such an affordable price. I love when I can score like designer brands like under $100. So if you definitely like thread through, look, it did take a couple days, but I still found like some great things. I'm really loving this website called Dish. It's an Australian brand. Median, not bad prices at all. I would say median range, under $200.
Australian brands have taken over, by the way. They're everywhere. They're really hot outfits, most of them, and they are very fairly priced. I have a lot of them actually at my store at Envy, Australian brands, because they took over. They're just everywhere, and they're really, really cute stuff, right? I feel like
sometimes they even they do like a lot of rentals for their pieces in Australia, and I'm like, oh my God, I could just live in Australia and like rent some of these pieces.
I know it's so damn far, but and first of all, the models are beyond gorgeous that they use it too. But I'm like. And I will say the Australian brands, I'm just giving everyone a heads up. They run really small. Yeah, so if you're a small, you're a medium. If you're an extra small, you're the small. It's just, It is what it is. They must just make tinier people.
Right. Yeah. Well,
but you're definitely got to go one size down in the Australian brands. How do you decide like what you're going to wear for Summer House? Like, cause I feel like it's pretty chill out there, right? Do you guys ever coordinate, you and the other girls?
A lot of times we don't discuss our clothing. Unless it's like for a party, I will say a lot of times we don't discuss our looks. We don't discuss our clothing. I will talk.
Because it's like a secret. Nobody wants to give up with. Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm like, don't ask me what I'm going to wear. I hate that. I hate when they text me like, what are you going to wear to the event? I'm like, I don't know.
And a lot of times I don't know, but for bigger events like the reunion, we never discuss our outfits because it's like you either show up and show out or you're getting left behind. Like, we don't want anyone showing up in a similar look. Like, you know, we want people to just like be original, but
agreed.
It depends on what it is. Like, but a lot of times we're having like themed things. So sometimes if it's like a themed party, we'll like, you know, kind of brainstorm. But for the most part, I would say, even though it's chill out there, we're dressed more dressier than the average person should be. But
who cares? You're also filming a show and we want to see you guys looking hot in your outfits and inspire us. We want you to keep inspiring us.
That's like the fun part about it too. Like I get to wear stuff that I wouldn't typically wear and stuff that I might be like too lazy to pack any other way. So it's like,
I'm so happy. I get happy to work like you're on a reality show, right? Because I feel like I used to get dressed cute all the time and I'm like, where am I going? Like at least now there's a real good reason to look good to go to dinner.
Right. Yeah.
And it follows you.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, Ciara, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for making this work. I know we had to switch things around a couple times. Keep doing great things, working with I'm wishing you so much luck with this agent, whatever it is whatever you're signing, I'm sending you all good vibes. You're working with amazing brands. You're doing awesome. And make sure everyone listen to her podcast, Codependence. It's out every single week. Ciara, thank you again. You're one of my favorites, and I'm sure I'll see you at BravoCon, if not before then.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you, Melissa. I love you so much.
You're welcome. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye, honey.
Vanderpump Rules is messy now?
It's always been messy. I'm Jax Taylor, the OG Pump Rules villain.
And I'm Brittany Cartwright, wife of the OG villain. And we've got a new podcast, When Reality Hits.
We'll definitely be talking about Vanderpump Rules, past and present, and oh my, Scandival.
Ugh. And you'll get a look at what life is like for us now as we figure out marriage and parenthood, little cruisy.
And friendships, and definitely feuds.
It's our real reality, with and without cameras.
And sometimes with special guests like our celeb friends, former castmates, and other veterans of reality TV.
So listen to and follow When Reality Hits with us, Jax Taylor and Brittany Cartwright.
At Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Stream the biggest blockbusters this summer with Popcorn Summer Movies on Pluto TV. Indulge in hilarious rom-coms like The Backup Plan, or delve into award-winning dramas like Forrest Gump and Minari, with thousands of other free movies. Pluto TV has something for everyone. Available on live TV and on demand. Download Pluto TV on all your favorite devices and start streaming now.